It's a functionality of the operating system to provide interface to the users. Again, interface will be platform. Interface will be platform from where we will continue our work. So if anybody is asking how many types of interface we have available, then we will say we have two types of interface. How many interface? Two types. First one CUI and second one GUI. CUI stand for Character User Interface and GUI stand for Graphical User Interface. Are you getting my point, everyone? CUI stand for Character User Interface while GUI stand for Graphical User Interface. CUI interface means, the best example I am giving you the example of CUI, that is called Microsoft Disk Operating System. MS-DOS is based on CUI, Character User Interface, because all over the work will be performed under the characters. Whatever you will give the instructions in MS-DOS, that will come under the characters. That's why we say it is Character User Interface. There will not be a single row of any pictures, any images. This type of platforms is called Character User Interface. On the other hand, we have Graphical User Interface, and you guys are used to with the Graphical User Interface, that is your Windows. In Windows, you can write the characters, text, as well as you can place images, because it supports graphics formats. It supports graphical format. It gives you all the contents in the form of pictorial or pictures. That's why we say it is your Graphical User Interface. So, how many types of interface we have? We have two types of interface. First one, Character User Interface, and second one, Graphical User Interface. In Character User Interface, all the contents will be in the form of text, while in the Graphical User Interface, all the contents will be in the form of graphics as well as text. Fine? Now, student, I am moving on the next part, that is called classifications of the computer, or you can say types of operating system. Sorry, I said types of computer, but it's not types of computer, it's a types of operating system, or it's a classifications of operating system. Fine? So we have three types of operating system. Class, just pay attention. We have three types of operating system. First one, single user, single tasking. Pay attention, everyone. We have single user, single tasking. Second one, single user, multitasking. And last one, multi-user, multitasking. Your operating system is divided into three parts. It's classified into three parts. First one, single user, single tasking. Second one, single user, multitasking. And third one, multi-user, multitasking. Now I am going to cover the first one, single user, single tasking. What will happen in the single user, single tasking class? In this type of operating system, only one user can interact with the system at a time. Pay attention. In this type of operating system, only one user can interact with the computer at a time, and computer can perform only one task at a time. The best example of the single user, single tasking type of operating system is your Microsoft Disk Operating System. This is called MS-DOS. If anybody is asking, can you give the example of single user, single tasking? Your answer should be MS-DOS, because it's a single user, single tasking type of operating system. It means you can perform only one task at a time, and computer will support only one task at a time in this type of operating system. Or if anybody is asking, what kind of operating system is MS? Or if anybody is asking what kind of operating system is MS-DOS, then what you will say? It's a single user, single tasking type of operating system. So what is happening with the single user, single tasking? In this type of operating system, only one user can interact with the computer at a time, and computer can perform only one task at a time. Is that clear? The best example of this type of operating system is your Microsoft Disk operating system. Second one, we have single user multitasking type of operating system. In this type of operating system, student, only one user will interact with the system at a time. Just pay attention on this point. Only one user will interact with the system at a time, but the system can perform more than one task simultaneously. In single user multitasking, what is happening? In this type of operating system, only one user can interact with the system at a time, and computer can perform and system can perform more than one task simultaneously. The best example of this type of operating system is your Windows 95-98. Why I am saying over here 95 and 98? Because it was the first version which was supporting the concepts of single user multitasking. That's why I have given Windows 95 and 98. Both are the versions of the Windows in which the first feature came in system, that was single user multitasking. I am giving you more examples related to single user multitasking. Suppose to be you are working with the XP and you are working with the paintbrush. Suddenly you want to change your application and you want to work with the Word. Then no need to close the paintbrush. You will just minimize that application and you can continue your work with the Word. After switching the application, no need to close any other applications. Just minimize that applications and open the next one. This is called single user multitasking. Is that clear? The best example, Windows 95 and 98. Now last one we have multi-user multitasking. In multi-user multitasking type of operating system, more and more users will interact with the system at a time, and system will perform more and more tasks simultaneously. I repeat, in multi-user multitasking operating system, more and more users will interact with the system at a time, and system will perform more and more tasks simultaneously. Simultaneously means together. Fine? Simultaneously means together. For example, Unix and Linux. We had two types of operating systems over here who suppose the concepts of multi-user multitasking. So once again I am going to repeat the classifications of the operating system. We have three types of operating system: single user single tasking, single user multitasking, and multi-user multitasking. So we will discuss one more time. We have classifications of the operating systems, that is your single user single tasking, single user multitasking, and multi-user multitasking. I hope you have cleared your doubts, right? Now student, in next lecture we will discuss about the mode of the operating system. Mode of the operating system, in which we will discuss about the batch processing, multi-programming, multiprocessing. All these types of terms we will discuss in the batch mode or in next lecture. So I hope you have enjoyed. Just go through this lecture and read it carefully. Thank you.